afternoon, everyone, and compliments of the season. My name's Phil New. I'm the CEO of the Energy Systems Catapult, and it's my job to welcome you all to the second of 4 webinars in our series focusing on supporting the emergence of smart local energy systems across the length and breadth of the country. Today's webinar is particularly focused on data and digital opportunities and how harnessing these can help address some of the challenges that local authorities and others face in developing integrated local energy systems. So if we could move to the next slide, please, Anna. Thank you. Sorry, the one prior. So simply to say here that at the Energy Systems Catapult, we think that data and digital are hugely important. They're going to play an absolutely fundamental role in how the energy transition is delivered at lower cost and with better benefits than would otherwise be the case. In fact, it unlocks a range of possibilities and opportunities that otherwise would be entirely denied us and would have made the contemplating the transition very much more difficult, if not almost impossible, compared with what the potential is now. Just a couple of words of introduction about the Catapult itself. So we're a not-for-profit organization. We're mission-driven. We are independent, but we work closely with all stakeholders around the energy system, including government, regulators, local government, and of course, private sector and academia. Our job is, our mission is to try and help unleash all of the innovation that's going to be so necessary if, as a nation, we are to navigate the transition. So we're all about delivering net zero. We're all about delivering economic benefit to the UK in the process of getting there. And we're absolutely captured by the importance of innovation in doing that. And the signature dish of the Catapult, really, I suppose, is whole systems, thinking about the transition as a system problem, thinking about energy in the context of it as a system at various scales and granularities, rather than as something that should be looked at along any one plane or line. Now, coming back to digital, there was, rather disappointingly actually, but perhaps unsurprisingly, but there was barely any mention of digital solutions in the recently announced 10-point plan, and yet everyone we speak to absolutely recognizes that digital and harnessing the data that is available in the system is going to be absolutely critical to underpin the transition. I must say, though, this morning, or I think last night, really pleased to see in the Rio2 final determination that Ofgem have done 2 things that I think is very important. The first is that every DNO is going to be asked to produce a digitalization strategy and action plan. And the second is that everyone is going to be asked to comply with, to work with the energy data best practice tools that were published by the Energy Data Task Force last year. I think that's a really important first step in the recognition and the formal acknowledgement of the fundamental importance that digitalization plays in the transition. So we want to use this session to see what we can do collectively to help this, drive awareness, and really get people behind what needs to happen to harness the benefits of digitalization in the transition. So if we could just move on now, Anna. Thank you. A couple of updates. So within the Catapult, and as part of the ERIS work, the work that we do with the Prospering from the Energy Revolution Challenge, we have published a paper just now that outlines recommendations for tackling some of the challenges around data that have been identified from our work with developers of local energy projects. And we'll make a link to this available. So we've got one insights paper that already sort of directly speaks into the questions that we're dealing with here. We've another couple of insights papers in the works that will shortly be published that I think will be of general interest to people on the call. One, looking in detail into the social housing market and the challenges and opportunities for integrated low carbon energy solutions that can be deployed in that context. And another that looks at funding and investment opportunities for local authorities so that the financing can be assembled to enable and support and accelerate the delivery of local area energy projects. So both of these are in the works. They'll be published shortly. So a little bit of a heads up there. And within this series of webinars, as I said earlier, this is number 2. We've got another 2 coming up early in the new year. As you can see, the first on people and skills, and that's going to be on the 2nd of February, and the second on technology and infrastructure, and that's going to be on the 4th of March. I'll turn now to the agenda. And Anna, if we're ready, good. So in a few minutes, we'll have the benefit of a keynote address from Councillor Weaver from Greater Manchester. And then we'll be set the opening challenge from Michael Gallagher. And after that, we'll get into a panel session where we'll be responding to the challenge, hearing from a range of eminent actors across this environment, this arena. After that, I'm glad to say we'll have a short break, and then there'll be some practical examples presented to us all before we move into get a summary of the day. And also my colleague Eric Brown will provide an update on where we are with developing the ERIS toolkit, of which this, of course, will be an important part, but the combination of the tools, programs, and information that is being assembled specifically to try and support local authorities as they contemplate how best to navigate the transition to a lower carbon future.